Hello everyone, this is Shivam Agarwal. We are back in another video and here we'll see about the call function, its use and how to create decorators with this method. Okay, so this is the first video where we'll see about this method, and in the next video we'll see how to use decorators using this call method. Okay, so let's start with it. So this call method, as it is written over here, looks like the one of the special functions that I told you in the previous video. Remember, those special functions were used to bypass the arithmetic or logical operators. Okay, so whenever we were using object with operators, we can use those special functions to bypass that operator. Similarly, this call method is also used to bypass some operation, but that operation is function calling. What do I mean by function calling? Suppose there is a function defined inside a class. If we want to execute a certain set of statements without calling a specific external function, then we can specify those statements in the call function. Object can be directly used without calling a function to execute those statements. In this video, we'll see how it is done. Okay, so let me just create a class my class. I'm using this. Now I'll create the initiator function. I'll call init function. As I have no variables right now, so I'll just say pass. Next, I will want to create an object of this class. Okay, so I want to create an object. Suppose I say obj equals my class. So simply I have created a class and created an object for this. Now let us create our first calling object, call object. So we'll define it as underscore underscore call followed by underscore underscore. So this is the methodology, double underscore followed by call followed by double underscore, and we have to specify the argument. Self is the default argument that has to be there before anything else, so we'll issue that. Next, in the call statement, I would like to issue just a print statement right here that says call executed. Right, so this is how we'll do that. So in this call function, I'm just issuing a print statement. How to call this particular print statement? I will say obj and I'll issue in parenthesis after this. Right, so this is how I will do a call method. If I try to execute it right now, what it will give me? It will give me call executed. However, I have not called any function right now. This obj is an object of my class, right? It is not a function. But as I am using it as a function, following by a parenthesis, it is automatically calling the call function. So how it is working, let's see that. So whenever we write object followed by parenthesis, then the interpreter of the compiler will execute it as object dot underscore underscore call underscore underscore followed by parenthesis. Okay, whenever we write something like this, object followed by parenthesis, interpreter will automatically decode it as object dot underscore underscore call. Right, so it will automatically call the call method. Okay, right now we have not supplied any arguments. We can supply arguments as well. Let's see how. Suppose I want to get a multiplication of two numbers, so I'll define two numbers, a as 0 and b as 0. I will say in initiator, let's define them, self dot a equals a and self dot b equals b. Okay, I have to take these a and b from the user, so I'll define it here. In the call method, I will use this to or I'll say that, yeah, because these two variables belong to this class, I will just issue the print statement with the multiplication of these two. How to access these two variables? Using self. So I'll say self a times self b will give me the product of these two. Right, I am not providing any argument over here. So let's see if this works. In this class object declaration, I will have to supply a and b. So let's say I'm supplying 2 and 3. Trying to execute it, it will give me 6. Okay, so in this way I can supply the arguments to the class. Let's see how we can supply arguments directly to this object named function or the call function. Okay, so let's say I supply a and b over here. I don't use self a and b. What will happen? I can supply any other argument over here, for example 4 and 5. So if I give 4 and 5 right here through the object, it should give me 20, and that is the output. You can see I'm getting 20. Okay, so this is how call function can be used to bypass a function creation. We can specify a certain set of statements that are to be executed without calling a function directly from the object. Okay, this is how call works. In the next video, we'll see how to use decorators. Right, that is it for this video. Thank you.